Alright, once again, I want my ashes to go to Wallace, Idaho, if this current fast were to warrant that. Once again, I'm going to go on a long fast. Yesterday, I went on a 20-hour fast, and this morning, I was up to hour 16 again when I felt really good. I had 2 or 3 things I needed to resolve, a lot of phone calls to make, and I quickly got myself into a phone chasing event where I was on the phone with one important phone call when another call came, and I was able to sort that out, right? I really despise when that happens, because the phone's ringing, you got to tell the person on the line that, you know, you got to go and you're going to come back to it, and at the same time, you don't have a whole lot of time to explain what's going on. That used to give me a ton of anxiety, but today I was 16 hours into fasting when that happened. I'm 18 hours now, and I feel so good about that. And it's one of those things I wish I could experience more, and that was the impetus for why I started intermittent fasting 2 years ago. I want to talk about how happy I felt the very first time I went on a fast. My very first serious fast was on New Year's Day 2020. I made a resolution to take better control of my eating habits. I used to have a compulsive eating kind of problems. I talked about this in other videos. And that very first day, New Year's Eve 2019, I had a hard time getting a fast going. I would instinctively reach for things. You see, that's how out of control I was. I wasn't even noticing I was eating until, oh my God, what did I just do? And so I was like, oh man, this is never going to work, but I'll give it another try tomorrow. When I went to sleep, and I woke up, I must have had 9-10 hours under my belt when I woke up. And when I woke up, a huge peace washed over me. Because I wasn't going to allow myself to eat again. It was, wow, now I can take better control of my faculties. And when I realized that, a huge peace just washed over me. And I was able to get things done. My computer didn't become a mess. My cell phone didn't get all dirtied with stuff. I didn't have body odor issues from eating. And it was very good. What was especially good was when we went into quarantine and I was able to focus on all the things that I needed to do to stay safe instead of worrying about what I'm going to crave next. And it gave me a renewed sense of energy, if you will. Now, 2 years later, there's another problem that I have to grapple with. My mom is very unhappy with some lifestyle choices that I made, especially in terms of relationships. During the pandemic, when I first left my girlfriend, I discovered how happily solo-sexual I am. And I feel big romance toward myself. And nobody, male or female, has ever given me that sense of feeling. And unfortunately, I feel it. But other people don't seem to appreciate it for me, including my family. I think my mom was very upset. She had anticipated having a grandchild, so she doesn't say it out loud. But in between the lines, I can hear her missing out on her grandchild. And we can't talk on the phone anymore, because every time we talk, the whole conversation becomes devoured by her wanting to interrupt. And I'd be talking on the phone, and she interrupts a lot. So when I talk to her on the phone, it almost feels like I gotta get everything out there before the bomb explodes, right? Imagine you needed to negotiate with a hostage situation, but the hostage taker has their fingers on the bomb, right? It feels like that when I talk to my mom with her interruptions, and so I speak very fast, and it doesn't come out very well. And one time my mom got very upset because of some name calling. During a conversation with her, I was talking so fast that I accidentally said something like she was stupid for thinking something, but it was because I needed to talk fast, right? In an ideal world, I would have said something along the lines, well, let's think about it from this perspective. It could have been that, right? Imagine at the Computer Olympiad conference, right? A 5-minute lightning talk is probably going to have a lot less sensitivity. You're probably going to break political correctness in a 5-minute lightning talk than you are in a half-hour speech about something, right? And unfortunately, my mom forces me to give those 5-minute lightning talks, right? I got to sign up for more of those to get practice, right? And then she gets sensitive about it, and then we argue about it, when she could have allowed me to say the right thing the first time instead of wasting like half an hour arguing over that political correctness issue, right? I can't talk to my mom anymore because I get in the habit of lightning speech, and then I talk to my boss and make the same mistake. I talk to my friend and make the same mistake. I can't do that. And so I haven't been able to talk to my mom for a very long time. At my workplace, I often don't get treated equally because of my sexual orientation. I often get whatever hours are left over after all my colleagues take whatever hours they need because they need to tend to their family. And which is fine if they really do have family needs, but I wish it would reciprocate, right? So, for example, I'd really love to go to the spring fair in in what is that? I can't pronounce the name of that town, near Tacoma. And I don't know if I should ask my boss for that day off because I don't know how it's going to go, right? In an ideal world, I mean, I don't mind if I can't go. What I wish I could do is ask for the day off, and if he doesn't give it to me, don't hold it against me, right? I wish I could handle it that way, but unfortunately, he'll probably hold it against me if I ask for something ridiculous, right? And I don't know if this push is ridiculous. The last time I tried to ask for a day off, it didn't go well, let's put it that way. He gave it to me, but he was resentful for it. And so I don't know. But what I'm hoping to accomplish with the hunger strike that I'm currently going on, I call it a hunger strike, is I really need to talk to my mom objectively about our future, but I want her to actually listen and not interrupt. And I'm hoping that if I continue to fast and I'm visibly losing a lot of weight, visibly having a lot of symptoms from fasting, that she'll actually sit down and talk to me, and we'll have this long overdue conversation, right? It's 2 years overdue, right? Instead of just being in a hostage negotiation situation with her bomb exploding, right? I'm hoping that at the workplace that people will listen to me a little bit better if they see that you know, I have human needs as well, right? I'm hoping. A lot of times I work with clients who are much younger than me. I look very young for my age. And a lot of times it doesn't go very well, where people have inappropriate feelings for me, right? And I'm hoping that singles as a whole just get accepted for who they are, right? Not everybody who's single is looking for somebody, right? In fact, not everybody with somebody has sexual feelings, right? There's plenty of sexless relationships and marriages, right? Anyway, so I'm hoping to continue to regularly do long fasts, and then eventually, when the time comes to sit down with my family to hash out this situation, and I'm hoping that if I'm on the verge of almost kicking the bucket, I think they'll want to actually sit down and talk, and that's when all of this can come out, right? So, but at the same time, if it doesn't work right, I mean, I'm okay with my ashes going to Wallace as long as I spend the last couple of months speaking out about all of this. I don't think it's going to go that way, but that's a backup plan. Thanks for watching.